Well, with the pandemic, many businesses have closed their doors. Many are thinking of early retirement. Life coach, financial strategies, Renee Rebelo joins us with what we need to know before pulling the work plug. Good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So let's talk about early retirement. What is it in Canada now? Of course, we used to be, we'd hear about Freedom 55, whether that's a thing or not. But 65 is the hard number, with programs we think about. But what's the average age for retirement in Canada, and what's considered early retirement?
Well, retiring before you planned on it originally is early retirement. So a lot of people, the riskiest day in their financial life is the day where they retire. So it's a very important date to choose. And there's a lot of things that, I've had a lot of phone calls from a lot of people saying, I really want to retire sooner than I anticipated. This COVID and the changes, I'm just ready to pull the plug. And so when I have conversations with these people, there's a bunch of things they need to think about if that is the case and they try to pull the plug earlier.
Now, let's start with the number, because we hear like the amount we need for retirement. We hear crazy numbers usually from experts from financial institutions with something to sell. But what's the rule of thumb in terms of what we need?
Well, it really, Bob, depends on what you want to do in retirement. I have some people that want to go to Florida and golf every day, and I have some people who, want to just take care of their grandchildren. So when I work with a client, I talk about paychecks and play checks. So I look at their cash and I say, how much of it is necessary for your life to pay your bills, and how much is a play check? So it really comes down to looking at cash flow needs for the individual, and can you live off the money that your investments are going to provide you for the length of your time left on this earth. So, there's a lot of things that you need at 60, you may not need at 70, so your income needs will change. So these are all things that we look at. And a lot of people right now are looking at increasing their risk. The market has been extremely attractive as opposed to when I was on air last March. And, people are like, maybe I should increase my risk. And I tell people that taking more risk than is necessary is kind of like jumping off your roof instead of using the ladder. You're going to get down there, but you're not going to get there unscathed. So, it's good to plan, make a plan, work with your financial planner and stick to the plan. It's not always about the ups, it's also the downs, and having your investment portfolio be able to handle the downs, because once you're pulling money out of your retirement portfolio, that only makes it go down more if you're doing it in a down market.
Yeah, and the markets have been wonky, so that's certainly a good advice. Now, work, can be, life-sucking for many, but also there's, the psychological and social benefits. There's as a life coach, there's the well-being factor, when retirement comes, on how to, when you're not working, many of us identify our work with, is who we are, and there can be a big void there.
Absolutely. And just to clarify, I'm not a life coach, but I do take behaviors around money into consideration when looking at people's cash flow and retirement planning. So it is a huge adjustment for a lot of my retirees. However, they find themselves busier in retirement than they were when they were working, and they wonder how they juggled it all prior to even leaving work. So there is a mindset there, because you're not getting up and having to go to work every day, and someone's not telling you what to do with your time every day, and you're able to fill that time with other things you really enjoy to do. So that's a nice thing, right? Is that you are able to, as long as you have the cash flow there to do it, you're able to then, do the things you've always been wanting. A lot of other people are getting options right now too with pensions on the ability to commute early, because they're looking at, they've been 20 years at their job, 30 years at their job, and they're thinking, okay, I'm done with shift work. I just want to enjoy life. COVID has really given the ability to think about what's important to them and what they want to do in retirement. So people are actually thinking about commuting their pensions. So I'm doing numbers with that and helping people find out financial flexibility, if that works for them or not.
Yeah,
so
well, it's something a lot of people are considering, and we're going to link up all your socials for more great advice. Renee Rebelo, thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
You too.